Dear diary, can I speak my mind? Can I share my heart? Dear diary, I got a secret for you to keep. Lock it away deep. Dear diary.
I'm Delicia B, author of the Dear Diary book series, launching this winter 2012. The first book in the series is Dear Diary, The Bullying Won't Stop, and with this crucial issue being addressed in my fictional book, we're going to address some real-life experiences with violence, bullying, and abuse. If you don't know much about me by now, I'm a writer, performer, and a public speaker. I love all things fabulous and fun, but most of all, I want to motivate the youth and inspire change in a bold and unique way. Girls, you're doing a great job. I want you guys to stay focused and do the best you can, okay? Give me 5, give me 15, give me 20, let's go, let's practice. I've been featured on shows such as The Anderson Cooper Show, The Revolution, and The Dr. Oz Show, giving my input and advice as a life and love coach. I'm a director for a city organization where I plan and implement programs for youth and adult members of our community. I'm committed to changing lives, one book, one performance, and one speech at a time. I was inspired to write Dear Diary, The Bullying Won't Stop because I faced my personal struggles with bullying growing up. Just like Patricia in the book, I had to adjust to a new school and try to understand my environment and myself as a growing young woman. I mean, it was tough. I've been seeing some of the same issues happening today in our society, so I felt like it was time for me to actively inspire a change.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I am upset enough I don't want him to ride the bus anymore.
Get your ass off my book bag.
Okay. Here.
Move!
What? Why are you pointing me?
Patricia Turner in Dear Diary, The Bullying Won't Stop speaks for young people around the world as she faces bullying both at school and in her own home. Here's an excerpt from the book which was inspired by true events in my own life. All I remember was a tug of my shirt, a slap to my face, and a punch to my stomach. By then, I was down and out. Those girls kicked me repeatedly, while the others took my book bag and threw my stuff all over the ground. They were having a good old time at my expense. I had actually hoped today would be the end of the tormenting from the other kids, but as I lay on the ground, bruised and alone, where my attackers ran away, I realized the bullying just won't stop. Join us now for some captivating chit-chat.
Bullies are people who are insecure and they try to make other people insecure, and they should make a law against that, and we should make a difference.
Joining me on the couch is Akilo and Sky, talking to me about bullying in their schools. Why do you think bullies bully others?
I think that bullies bully other people is because they're not treated the way they want to be treated at home, so they let all their anger out on the other kids at school.
Wow, that's very true. So a big part of the problem is, at home sometimes people are not treated how they want to be treated. They don't have the power and control that they want to have, so they take it out on people who are younger or weaker or smaller, and it's just wrong. No matter what age you are, no matter what color you are, nothing, it's just wrong. What is your school doing to help this anti-bullying movement?
My school has a bullying policy. I pledge to take a stand. Show good character every day. Treat others the way I want to be treated. Always report bullying to an adult or at school or home. Never bully others or laugh with a bully. Do my best to help anyone who is bullied.
Have you ever seen somebody really step over that line and actually really hurt someone?
A girl that was older than me at the time, she pulled my hair.
I mean, she shouldn't be touching you.
She dragged my head down like that.
Oh, wow. And what did you do after that?
I ran downstairs and then I cried and I told the teacher, and I think she got in trouble.
You know the saying, hurt people hurt people? A lot of times people intimidate or pick on others because they're unhappy or insecure with themselves.
Just don't worry about what they say, because really, when the more they hurt you, the more anger that's in them.
They take out their own pain and their jealousy on others because it's the only thing that makes them feel better.
I moved out to the suburbs when I was in 5th grade, and it just, it was like a really rich neighborhood, and I didn't have a lot of money, and my parents didn't have a lot of money. They weren't doctors and lawyers, and it just was I was always kind of on the outside of what they were doing. We were the only ones lived in an apartment. Everyone lived in a big house, and so right then and there I didn't fit in, and then kids would just torture me about what I would wear, and I wasn't wearing name brand stuff, and they knew that, these kids were already wearing that.
Already there.
Yeah.
But how did you deal with it?
I mean, it took a long time to even get past that. I mean, to this day, if I think about it, it's sort of like, it doesn't seem real to me that I went through something like that. But I mean, I think it has a long-term effect as well. And it just, when I did move finally and I started my new school, it was so quiet, and I really didn't want it to happen again. So I would just try and stick to myself. That's one thing. And then later on, I started, having other emotional issues. I developed an eating disorder, and it was just always out of insecurities and having these feelings of not being accepted.
Don't ever think that there's anything wrong with you or anyone else who becomes a victim of bullying. You are just a victim in someone else's struggle, and there are ways you both can get help.
The issues of bullying in our schools has become a very big problem because of the lack of awareness. Parents are not understanding the severity of the issues where they're talking with their children about what bullying is. And so the issues are downplayed where they think that making fun of each other, talking about things, or just mimicking things that will be ridiculed by other children will be okay. So parents need to have a conversation with their children that speaks to the issues of making fun of each other, mimicking each other. Bullying is not only physical, the verbal abuse is a very serious problem. And we find that now being spilled over from the schools into the cyber world, where we look at social media like Facebook, for example. A lot of children know that the anti-bullying laws are in effect within the schools. The schools' policies cover what happens within the schools. But many of these policies do not cover what happens outside the school. We need to take a good look at this issue. We need to have a better understanding of this problem, because it's not getting easier and it's not going away. As parents, we need to have these conversations with our children to let them know that this is not acceptable for them to do these things to themselves, even at fun times or even at a joke. Some jokes are taken too far. And as parents, we need to be more aware of the lives that our children are living at school. Let us learn to listen as parents, because what they're telling us is very important.
How do you treat your peers, your co-workers, the people around you on the street? There are many ways you can decrease the violence in your life, but change starts with you.